didn't know about Tiger King. Since its release in March 2020, everyone has been talking about the new Netflix docuseries, Tiger King: Murder, Mayhem, and Madness, an exploration of big cat breeding and its bizarre underworld, populated by special characters and starred by zoo operator Joseph Maldonado Passage. While the series consists of 7 episodes, there was a lot more information about Joe and other individuals featured that didn't make it into the documentary. With the performance of eccentric characters and its twisting and surprising storyline, it has something for everyone. Whether you're Team Joe Exotic or Team Carole Baskin, the one thing everyone seems to agree on is Team Tiger. So without any further ado, welcome to Now Trending, and today we bring you 10 things you didn't know about Tiger King. Before we get started, we'd love it if our viewers could hit that subscribe button to support the channel so we can continue making videos like this one. Thank you and enjoy the video. Number 1. The filming of the series began in 2014. Tiger King was released on Netflix on March 20th, 2020, and the filming for the show didn't finish until early 2020, just a few months before its release. However, the directors began filming in early 2014, and the show had originally intended to investigate an infamous Florida-based snake dealer. The show's directors, Eric Goode and Rebecca Chaiklin, were there when Joe was arrested in 2018 and chose to continue filming as much content as they could. The directors claim at points during their filming, new events were unfolding every day and required them to shoot footage up to 18 hours a day. Number 2. The dark side of the zoo. Joe Exotic earns money by charging visitors to come to his exotic animal park and take photos cuddling with the big cat cubs. But some people who have experienced visiting the zoo have seen some disturbing images that may change your perspective of Joe Exotic and his methods. Directors and writers Eric Goode and Rebecca Chaiklin told the LA Times that they never gave in and cuddled the baby cats, especially after what they saw. Most of the tigers we were around were subjected to abject cruelty, Chaiklin said. We saw babies being torn from their mothers and screaming. They'd get sick from being handled so much and get ringworm and mange. It was disturbing. Number 3. Rapper Cardi B supports Joe Exotic. Back on October 21st, Joe Exotic ended up writing a letter to Cardi where he desired her help in attempting to get him out of prison. The letter read, "When you see the truth in Tiger King 2, I need you to rally everyone together to be my voice of freedom. Be my hero, girl. Love, Joe Exotic." From that point, social media wondered if Cardi would actually read this letter and even do something to help Exotic. Now, the Up rapper is acknowledging him on Twitter. The rapper tweeted that she was going to start a GoFundMe page to help pay for Exotic's legal battle and get him out of serving his 22-year prison sentence. Whether she's kidding or not is yet to be determined. Number 4. Carole Baskin doesn't like the series. Since the launch of Tiger King, Carole Baskin has spoken out against the series and the misconceptions that were portrayed during these 7 episodes. In a blog post on her Big Cat Rescue website, Baskin attempts to clear up some of these misconceptions and describes how she feels she was tricked into appearing on the show. According to Carole, she was led to believe that this docuseries would expose the abuse and issues at roadside zoos. She claims that the show is full of lies and innuendos from people she says are not credible. What do you think of this? Do you think Carole is telling the truth? Or is she just saying things to clear her name of any suspicions? Let us know in the comments below. Number 5. Shaq isn't a supporter. Tiger King gets so weird that viewers might forget NBA star Shaquille O'Neal briefly shows up in an episode. But on March 25th, O'Neal said on the Big Podcast with Shaq that the two are not pals. He said he loves tigers and visited the park a few times, but had no idea all that stuff was going on. He said he still loves the animals and has made donations to support them, but is not close to Joe Exotic. He goes on to say, "I was just a visitor," O'Neal said on the podcast. "I met this guy, not my friend, don't know him, never had any business dealings with him," end quote. And don't go to the athlete's house expecting to see big cats, though he could certainly afford them. Do I own tigers personally at my house? O'Neal said no. Number 6. Joe doesn't always sing. Throughout the series, we often hear Joe speaking about his country music and see it for sale within his gift shop. But anyone with ears can tell the polished country music veteran voice crooning the tunes doesn't sound anything like Joe Exotic's drawling speaking voice. Although Joe did play his role in some of these songs, most of them were mimed by Joe and were written and sung by 2 musicians, Vince Johnson and Danny Clinton. The show's directors, Eric Goode and Rebecca Chaiklin, told the LA Times that a fact checker discovered that Joe did sing somewhat on certain songs, so they chose not to call him out on it on the show. Number 7. John's accident is a lot worse than it looked. John Renke was the manager at Joe's Zoo for many years, and he was interviewed several times throughout the documentary. One noticeable detail is that John has some awesome prosthetic legs, but the show didn't go into how bad his accident was. According to this 2010 article, John was helping a friend test a bungee jumping ride of sorts when a pulley malfunctioned, causing him to fall. While John made it seem like he landed on the ground, he landed on a 6 6-inch metal stake that punctured his stomach and colon. Not only did the pulley malfunction, sending Reinke tumbling 55 feet to the ground and crushing his legs, but he didn't just land on the earth. He fell onto a 6-inch metal stake, piercing his colon and stomach. The paper reports he later had more than 20 operations on his legs and feet. Number 8. Carole Baskin and Kim Kardashian. After Kim Kardashian's tweet that expressed her views on the disappearance of Carole's first husband, Don Lewis, she was contacted by Carole's Big Cat Rescue account. In this tweet, the Big Cat Rescue team invited Kim over to visit the sanctuary and to meet Carole Baskin herself. The offer has been looked upon rather negatively by followers of Kim Kardashian and fans of the show, and she has yet to publicly reply to this offer. What would you reply to such an invitation if you were in Kim's shoes? Let us know your opinion on this matter in the comment section. Number 9. It's not the tiger's fault. We mentioned earlier that Saf got hit by a tiger in the second episode of Tiger King. He stuck his hand in the cage against protocol and ended up suffering a bite to the arm. Saf chose to have the damaged part amputated, and he was back to work 5 days later. I broke protocol and stuck my hand in a cat cage instead of using the stick provided, Saf affirmed. While oftentimes large animals who bite humans get put down shortly after, this didn't happen to the tiger that bit Saf. Saf said the tiger did not act aggressively, and Joe agreed that it wasn't the tiger's fault. Instead, the animal was just moved off display at the zoo. Before we get to the end of the video, we would love it if you could leave a like to get that algorithm, going. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Number 10. Carole's missing husband. A large part of the series focuses on Joe Exotic's nemesis, activist Carole Baskin, whose husband, Don Lewis, disappeared in 1997. Joe Exotic, who is now serving 22 years in prison for charges related to Baskin, claims over and over in the series that Baskin killed James and fed the remains to her big cats. On the website for Big Cat Rescue, her animal organization, Baskin refutes how she's portrayed in the documentary. The directors didn't care about the truth, she says. The unsavory lies are better for getting viewers. As for Don James himself, his disappearance remains a mystery. Let us know in the comments, what do you think happened to Carole's husband, Don Lewis? Thanks for watching until the end. This was Now Trending's 10 Things You Didn't Know About Tiger King. Thanks again, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Now Trending for more trending videos. Catch you in the next one.